For over a century, the legacy automakers of Europe and the United States had lived inside a dangerous hallucination. They believed their mastery of forged steel, internal combustion engines, and mechanical transmissions granted them eternal immunity from disruption. When the first sparks of the electric revolution flickered across auto show stages, executives in tailored suits laughed aloud. Golf carts, they sneered, dismissing the new technology as a novelty for the weak. But as the revolution accelerated, panic set in. They rushed out compromised machines, retrofitted 400-volt architectures bolted onto old combustion chassis. They poured millions into PR campaigns, convincing the world that 40-minute charging sessions, crushing curb weights, and catastrophic range loss in the cold were unbreakable limits of physics itself. Hundreds of billions were bet on a slow, forgiving transition played by their rules. They were catastrophically wrong. On a crisp day in early 2026, BYD dropped a thermonuclear engineering bomb on the entire industry. The official launch of the Song Ultra EV was not merely the unveiling of a new crossover. It was the moment Chinese engineers rewrote the limits of vehicular physics while the West still wrestled with basic thermal runaway. Today, we strip this vehicle to its molecular core. No talk of cup holders or leather stitching. Only raw thermodynamics, electrochemistry, and material science that mark an extinction-level event for legacy automakers. Under the floorboards of the Song Ultra lies the absolute Achilles heel of every electric vehicle on Earth: internal cell resistance and the specter of thermal runaway. When massive direct current floods a battery pack, Joule heating, expressed mathematically as I squared R, spikes temperatures exponentially. In traditional Western EVs, cylindrical or pouch cells suffer lithium plating on the anode, violent dendrite growth-piercing separators, and eventual fiery chemical failure. The West's solution? Surrender. They throttled charging speeds and software, forcing drivers to linger 45 minutes at stations. BYD refused surrender. They engineered the second-generation Blade battery on the E-Platform 3.0 Evo, a native 800-volt architecture paired with proprietary flash charging protocols. The Blade cells, elongated blade-like LFP or lithium iron phosphate structures, were optimized at the molecular level. Cooling surface area was massively increased. The battery casing itself became a structural heat sink. An advanced direct cooling refrigerant system flowed through the chassis crossmembers, stabilizing cathode and anode under extreme loads. The mathematical result stunned the world: 10% to 97% state of charge in exactly 9 minutes, from 10% to 70% in 5 minutes alone. Hundreds of kilometers of range added in the time it takes to fill a gasoline tank. Physics had been defied. But the true humiliation arrived in sub-zero conditions. Western media loved the narrative. EVs become useless bricks in snow because lithium-ion mobility slows. BYD engineered a high-frequency pulse heating system that repurposed the motor's stator coils as an inductive heater. Rapid alternating currents flowed through the stator without rotating the motor, generating instantaneous internal heat. This heat was pumped directly into the battery core via an octavalve heat pump system. Even at minus 30 degrees Celsius, total charging time increased by a mere 3 minutes. The EV's die in the cold myth was pulverized. You just can't push 1500 kilowatts through a vehicle's veins without, well, vaporizing copper wiring, unless you raise the voltage. That's why there's a native 800-volt architecture here. Doubling the voltage actually halves the current for the same power, which means, yeah, you can use thinner cables. That leads to a drastic reduction in weight and, honestly, far less resistance-based heat. Now, the real crown jewel driving that 367 horsepower rear axle motor is the silicon carbide inverter, or SiC for short. Western luxury brands, even those charging over $80,000, are still hanging on to outdated silicon IGBT inverters. SiC's wider electron band gap allows for exponentially higher voltages, faster switching, and operation at extreme temperatures without having to throttle back. Switching losses drop by 70%. Peak conversion efficiency reaches 99.8%. The motor spins more freely, torque surges, and waste heat just, well, vanishes. This kind of mastery delivers 710 kilometers of CLTC range without the need to bolt on a half-ton battery. The efficiency here really puts the West's brute force approach to shame. But, you know, raw power and high voltage don't mean much without control. The Song Ultra's DISA-C intelligent continuous damping suspension uses solenoid valves that adjust thousands of times per second, all thanks to LiDAR and camera feeds reading the road ahead. The true masterpiece, though, is the yaw stability algorithm that's hard-coded right into the central domain controller. Now, just imagine hurtling down the highway at 140 kilometers per hour. Suddenly, a front tire catastrophically blows out. Newtonian physics kicks in, unleashing asymmetrical drag and spawning a violent yaw moment, something traditional Western ESP systems, which rely on slow hydraulic brakes, just can't counter in time. Rollovers become pretty much inevitable, but the Song Ultra's domain controller operates at, well, light speed. It registers tire pressure loss, spikes in lateral g-forces, and yaw deviation in mere milliseconds, faster than your brain can even process the bang. It calculates the exact counter vector. Bypassing hydraulic lag, it commands high-voltage motors to apply forward torque to select wheels while slamming electromagnetic regenerative braking on others. Rotational force is cancelled. The chassis stays perfectly straight, dynamically compensating for the disaster. A 2-ton vehicle remains under perfect control. Legacy passive air suspensions, honestly, look like 19th-century wagon springs. Take this entire aerospace-grade arsenal: thermal architecture, silicon carbide inverters, anti-rollover vectoring, pulse heating, 9-minute flash charging, and, well, just imagine a German luxury badge on the grille. The MSRP would shatter $120,000. Yet China's vertical integration changes everything. Western brands stack margins through Tier 1 suppliers: Bosch, Continental, Magna, LG Chem. BYD owns the board. They mine lithium in South America and Africa. They process chemicals. They etch and bake their own silicon carbide microchips. They wind motor stators, stamp ultra-high-strength steel, and code proprietary software. From raw dirt to dealership floor, every link is controlled. The pre-sale price in China? Starting at roughly $22,800. Next generation 800-volt silicon carbide 9-minute charging supremacy, priced like a stripped 3-cylinder combustion hatchback in the West. This 2026 launch is no ordinary vehicle release. It is a historical marker. Legacy executives now stare into the rearview mirror and realize they have not merely lost the engineering race. They have been permanently priced out of the future. The era of Western automotive dominance is officially over. In the quiet aftermath of the launch, engineers in Stuttgart and Detroit sat in stunned silence. The Song Ultra was not a car. It was proof that the rules had changed forever. While legacy giants debated incremental improvements to 400-volt platforms, BYD had already crossed into a new dimension of possibility. Drivers in freezing Beijing winters now plugged in for 5 minutes and drove across provinces. Families on highways survived blowouts that once ended in tragedy. Range anxiety dissolved into myth. Across oceans, the ripple effects began immediately. Stock prices of traditional automakers wavered. Governments scrambled to reassess subsidies and tariffs. Young engineers in California and Munich quietly updated their resumes, eyeing opportunities in Shenzhen. The old guard had bet everything on the slow transition. BYD had accelerated time itself. Yet the story was never only about one vehicle. It was about a philosophy. Vertical mastery versus fragmented supply chains. Molecular-level innovation versus marketing spin. The Song Ultra embodied a truth the West had ignored for decades. Physics does not care about legacy. It rewards those willing to rewrite its equations. Years later, historians would point to March 2026 as the inflection point. The moment a mid-sized Chinese SUV, priced under $23,000, carried technology worth six figures and delivered performance once reserved for supercars. Children born after that date would never know the world of 40-minute charges or cold weather paralysis. They would grow up expecting 5-minute refills and safety systems that outthink physics. In boardrooms once filled with laughter, the silence grew heavier. The hallucination had ended. The future had arrived. Quietly, efficiently, and at a price the old world could no longer match. The Song Ultra did not just fix the biggest problem with EVs, it ended an era and ignited a new one. And the world, whether ready or not, accelerated forward on 800 volts of pure, unapologetic progress.